Welcome to another aXpire update, this time for week 38 of 2019. This week, there's not too much to update you on from the project side of things, except for a few key happenings. I, Joachim, traveled to Miami to attend a meeting with a potential tokenization client for digital shares, along with Gary and Matt. This meeting will take place early in week 39 on Tuesday. We'll definitely let you know how it goes. In other news, we're also working on a complete website redesign and rehaul, and that's progressing very nicely. We'll be moving into a website structure that allows us to use aXpire.com as opposed to aXpire.io or aXpire.io, but that still allows for separation between our customer base, whom we consider enterprise and retail. We might be able to share some sneak peeks for the new design soon. Next, we have This Week in Crypto, bringing a collection of news and happenings from this past week to your attention, as well as giving you our brief opinion on them. This week, there has, as always, been a lot of interesting events. The crypto space moves fast. Most importantly, I would say, there is the launch of Bakkt, which after a year of hype is finally live with physically settled Bitcoin futures, meaning that actual Bitcoin is stored and traded. There's not been a major price impact on the markets, however, we believe that this will be a positive development long term, especially with Bakkt going to be offering acceptance of Bitcoin in Starbucks, for example. Mass adoption is the only way we'll succeed, and an important route toward adoption is to ensure that cryptocurrencies can actually be spent. That's also what we're working towards with our Paybox application. Crypto analyst Tom Lee tweeted the following on Bakkt, quote, "I am very positive on Bakkt and its ability to improve trust with institutions to crypto." We think Lee is spot on. Onboarding more institutions to crypto, and not just blockchain, will undoubtedly help the space grow longer term. In completely different news, the United States Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, is reportedly exploring the usage of blockchain technology and AI in food tracking supply chains. They're going to be holding a public meeting to discuss, quote, "a new era of smarter food safety and the Food Safety Modernization Act." This meeting is happening on the 21st of October, and it'll be interesting to see how they discuss the technology. As we all know, blockchain can have very positive impacts for government entities and businesses, and the hope would be that the FDA understands that. With every legitimate application of blockchain technology used by traditional entities, the entire crypto space grows in legitimacy and approval. This is paramount to adoption. Interestingly enough, though, food tracking using blockchain is actually a growing theme. We've seen the likes of Nestle and the World Bee project also work on this. To summarize, we think blockchain integration is inevitable, and it is objectively great. We'll definitely keep our eyes peeled. ING Bank recently did a study with 15,000 Europeans from 15 different countries, discussing cryptocurrency and e-payments. In the report, they state that most Europeans believe that cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin can be spent in most stores, and that 32% believes that crypto is the future of e-payments. These are very interesting and seemingly positive statistics. However, the report also found that while most had heard about crypto, very few knew enough about it to have an informed opinion. This is highlighted by the fact that crypto can't really be spent in most stores, as these individuals answered, and that many of the individuals that were asked did not know whether or not cryptocurrencies were held by a central body, which they of course are not. Regardless, this shows one thing quite clearly. Crypto education is just as key to adoption as a killer application. The United Arab Emirates Ministry of Health recently launched a blockchain system that aims to provide a data sharing solution for licensing health authorities. This system, quote, "saves and shares the assessment information of health professionals, including doctors, pharmacists, and technicians." Assistant Undersecretary of the Support Services Sector, Awad Sakir Al-Ketbi, said the following, quote, "The ministry has successfully developed the necessary infrastructure for a blockchain-based decentralized database. In the first stage, we will link the system of evaluation of health workers with public and private health authorities and other relevant institutions to create a single digital platform with access to the portfolio of health professionals." As you might know by now, we're extremely positive about governmental entities using blockchain technology, and this is no different. We think the healthcare industry is ripe for disruption, which is partly why one of our incubated startups is a company called HealthGates, which is looking to revolutionize the prescription process. If the UAE blockchain system does well, then that might also spur other countries to try and replicate it. As always, more blockchain use means more blockchain and crypto legitimacy. It's hard to attack cryptocurrencies as useless and worthless when the core technology which they ushered in is used by the very government or subsidiary entities making such claims. In the last piece of news for this week's update, we have the news that all of the 7-Eleven stores in the Philippines now sell Bitcoin to their customers. This has been made possible with a partnership between the Philippine 7-Elevens and Abra, a cryptocurrency startup, as well as the payment processor ECPay. This is truly great news, with the potential to open up access to Bitcoin for individuals for whom it would have been difficult to procure earlier. Universal access is, along with education and a killer app, a cornerstone for mass adoption. That's all for this week's update. We hope you'll join us again next week. Thank you.